successful comedian, an average author, and a terrible actor. And your chance to speak directly with him has arrived. Call 866-969-1969. The phone lines are open. And the Jim Norton Show starts now.
You know, normally I like to start this program and talk for a second. But I figured with the phone lines as lit as they are, why not go right to... Oh, that's right. No one. 1 or 2 are calling in. We had Paul Williams on the Opie and Anthony show. And I was saying at the end, which was 3 minutes ago, what a sober guy he is. And we can turn the theme song down. How long are we going to let it play for?
Sorry, I'm trying to answer the phones and do the
Roper's fucking concert. He's just a sober guy. He's a very spiritual, grateful guy. I envy his sobriety and his state of being. He's very good. His state of mind is very good. I find myself to be far less pleasant with my travels. I was on the flight last night. It's such a cliche thing. And I finally fell asleep because, you know, I've had my sleeping woes. And I'm awakened by, this fucking, basically the equivalent of a 6-year-old load, just screaming and crying, and the father talking to the kid. And I'm like, ugh. But I guess I was like, it's really hard being a parent. I don't envy that shit, but was I irritated. And you want to stand up and just go, shut that fucking kid up, but you can't because, you know.
Were they at least trying?
It's hard to say. They were right behind me. I was just, you know, what could you do? Might have been the descent, too. Let's see here. Dex likes his women to beat on him. Hi, Dex.
Hello, Jim. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Well, it's kind of a weird, long story here. And
all right, we'll see if you can give us the abridged version.
Yeah, well, I've been with my woman for 17 years, and we've kind of been having issues and stuff here where I think I've been the one that's been feeling a little, you know, heartbroken just over the shit that's going on. And the only way that seems to be getting better here, and it's actually been a real turn, turn on, is she just started, you know, I knew she wanted to take something out on me, so I let her start, you know, just kind of slap me around when we were fucking, and man, and it really, really turns me on. Man, I can't even describe it.
Did your mother hit you when you were a kid?
No, not at all. No, and even when she would slap me around and stuff, I didn't like it. But the issues we've been having were you know, she's never cheated on me and stuff. And we kind of, you know, we were kind of swingers in the past. Just finding the right person and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But now she's been getting a lot of tattoos lately, which is no problem. I love them. That's great. But she's kind of developed something for this tattoo guy that she's been going to. And she wanted me to have asking him to see if he wanted to do a three-way with us. And I was never comfortable in having our friends. It always needed to be a stranger.
Sure.
So I didn't have to worry. But now,
what's that noise in the background? Is that your radio?
Yeah, that might have been the low mute on you. I'm sorry. I cut that off. So now the issue is, so since all this has kind of come up, the only way I'm dealing with this, and it really helps, is when she smacks you around. Like she was just straddling me over.
Well, hold on, let me ask you a question. All right, yeah. I get it. You like to be smacked. I don't mind it sometimes too, a little choking. Is it because you're hurt that she wants somebody else and you don't know how to express that? So this is kind of helping that hurt.
Exactly. That's exactly what. And I don't know where this leads in the future because she was just straddling me on the couch. We're just playing over the weekend. And she was smacking me in the chest with the belt. She had it wrapped around her hands. You know, it had about a foot and a half, sticking out. And she was just smacking me in the chest with it. And it was just such a turn on because I knew we couldn't go fuck because she's on her period. I mean, we could, but
yeah.
I mean,
well, if you like it, dude, if you like it and she likes it, it's fine. If it's only being used because it's kind of reflecting real hurt, well, then it might be an issue. But, you know, tell her that you don't want to have the threesome with the tattoo guy. Don't do it because once you see it, you can never unsee it.
Right. And I've seen it before. You know, we've met under extreme circumstances, 25 years ago.
No, but I mean the friend. The fact that it's a friend and you don't want to do it.
And that's kind of what I told her. I was like, I could do it with you, but it would really, and we got a handful of kids. I mean, and I said I could do it with you, but it would probably be the end. I mean, I don't know if it's something. And she rode with me a couple of weeks ago when it was the guys calling in and talking about their wives fucking other guys and shit. And so she heard the whole hour with me while we were at work. And that's that. And so since then, it's probably progressed, worse and worse. And I could do that with her, just not with somebody that
I understand. Yes, of course. I don't blame you. I got to let you go because we got a bunch of calls.
Thanks for the help, buddy.
You're welcome, buddy. But yeah, I understand that too. Like even when I would have those fantasies with girls, I never wanted to picture them fucking anybody I knew. It was more pornographic. I didn't want a personality attached to it. Chris in New Hampshire, a serial cheater. What are you having sex with the Cheerios?
No, Jim.
Fuck yeah.
I actually relocated the entire family up to New Hampshire because I'd see an attractive girl, I would hit on her, I would see how she responded, and eventually it would turn into something of a relationship. And, where we used to live, it happened probably 10 or 12 times over a 6-year period. And then now I've moved up here, and the same thing is starting to happen again.
Well, there's an old expression. Wherever I went, there I was. You're not going to change. You do what they call, when alcoholics do it, it's called a geographic. You're not going to change who you are because you change your area code. If you don't want to cheat, you have to work on why you're cheating. Do you go to therapy?
I did go to therapy down where we were, but not since I've been up here. I thought since there was very little opportunity up here.
No, you'll find it. You'll find the opportunity.
Yeah.
Do you think you're a sexual addict?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then that's what you should. If it's bothering you and it's making your life unmanageable and it's causing you to move your family and have them uproot and find new friends and your kids to go to new schools if you have kids, well, then maybe you should think that your dick is getting everyone in trouble and your dick is inconveniencing your family. And you've basically taken your children away. How old are they?
Almost 4 and almost 2.
Okay, so they don't have a whole lot of friends. But you've taken them out of their environment, or you've taken your wife away from her friends because you can't stop cheating. So instead of uprooting everybody, why don't you try addressing the sex addiction?
Yeah, and that's I think the thing is that I don't know how to address that with the therapist. Is that we talk it out, but the reality is when I go seeking out these other people. It's a confidence issue, but it isn't like that's what's lacking at the house. Like my wife is a very loving and complimentary person, but it's like the minute a girl gives me the wink or the smile or the whatever, something just clicks, and it's like boom, I want that.
Well, most men are weaker than women when it comes to this stuff, but it's also about if it's an addictive behavior. You're not going to find logic with it. It's almost like when someone who's 400 pounds, there's no logical reason why they're shoving cake into their face. It's because it's part of an addiction. So if it's a sex addiction, well, even if a girl doesn't wink, we still get interested. But if she does wink, we don't know how to say no. It's always been hard for me to say no. Like I think I have X amount of pussy lined up. And if I say no and turn it down, I can never get it back and I'm passing it up. It's like a true addict. And it's like, who gives a fuck? I've been rejected. You think every girl that rejects me thinks I'm turning that dick down? Well, yes, that's why they do it. Why can I never walk away from pussy? Part of it is the low self-esteem. You're finally getting what you couldn't get in high school, whatever it is. But a big part of it is just being selfish. I want what I want when I want it. It's greed, grabbing for more than my share of everything. And I'm guilty of that too. But if you got a family, I would suggest addressing the addiction. And, you address it with you have to be willing to do something about it. You can't just talk about it. You got to be willing to do something about it. I'm talking to me, by the way. So, that's what I would suggest. Maybe go to a 12-step meeting and talk to your therapist about it, but for real.
Thank you, Jim.
Okay, buddy. Good luck. Let's see here. Jack in Georgia. A girl goes to the bar and picks up a guy, and you hide in the closet. Oh, your girlfriend does?
Yeah, this is fucking awesome. It's the greatest thing. We just started doing it a couple of months ago. And I'm 52, she's 25.
Yay.
So we both wear Bluetooth headsets, right? And we keep in contact with each other at the bar so I can hear the whole conversation. And the dude doesn't know that I'm watching. So you always get a motel room where there's a lounge downstairs. And then she picks up on him. I'm listening in. I know what's going on. I head up to the room and I hide. And they come in and they fuck while I'm watching, and he doesn't know it. And the part that's about it that he doesn't know it is the greatest part, because then everything's natural, you know?
Well, if you want to put a stop to that, watch the first episode of Game of Thrones this year. I mean, Boardwalk Empire. You know, I understand that that's, to me, a bit of a dangerous game because, you know, the guy has been drinking. You don't know him. He doesn't know she's with somebody. It could get violent, or he could freak. You could sneeze and he could freak out because you're in the closet.
I know. I farted once, too.
Do you have a gun?
Yes, I do.
With you?
Georgia, buddy. You carry it. I got a concealed carry.
Oh, okay. So you have a gun in the closet.
You better believe it.
Okay, that's fine. Then you know what? That's fine.
Public defender is a cannon.
Okay. No, that's good, dude. If you, because this way, if it gets out of hand or if he's drunk and he starts hitting her, you can protect him with the, you know, you can protect her and yourself. Okay. Then enjoy. All right, buddy. Have fun. Good for you. Now I'm going to be careful. If anyone in Georgia tries to fuck me in a motel, I'm going to have to peek in the closet first. Hope I don't see this psycho with his dick out and his fucking giant Desert Eagle. All right, let's see here. Jason in Virginia. I have a cuckold experience. I think I fucked up. Hi.
Hey, Jim. How you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Hey, let me go from the beginning. I've been married for like 13 years. I've always, you know, fucking joked around. Hey, man, let's do this, let's do that. It even got so as far as where you would, you know, role play with a guy she worked with. All good, right?
Yeah.
Well, I kind of laid off of it because she wasn't into the real thing. Well, the real thing happened. You know, I said she called her ex-boyfriend up, went and met him in a hotel, and did it.
And what were you doing?
Fucking took the kids to a movie.
Why?
Exactly.
Wait. Did you want to do that or she wanted to?
I didn't want anything to do with it.
You let her just go fuck her ex-boyfriend?
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Why?
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
I mean, were you turned on by the pain of it?
See, I was thrilled when she came home. Oh my God, yeah, we fucked again, and I ate her out and all that kind of stuff. But the more I thought about it, the more it just gave me an empty feeling inside, and
sure,
it's killing me, man.
What were you thinking about in the movie theater while you were watching the movie with the kids?
Oh God, I couldn't even think about the movie. We went to watch Grown Ups 2, and the whole movie was ruined because I couldn't think about. I was thinking about them the whole time.
Were you turned on or depressed?
Oh no, I was turned on at first. I really was. And then, you know, like I said, when she got home and told me what happened, it was cool. The next day it was okay. And then it was like, oh my God. Well, okay, so that beside the point, that's all cool. I said, look, I don't want that to happen again. I'm done with that. Well, she even emailed this guy and talking some dirty, foul shit. I mean, talking like, oh, I want to suck your dick. And then they even went as far as say, hey, you know, we can meet up sometime. And I found out about it, and I hit the roof. So
she's doing this shit behind your back.
Yeah, kind of.
All right, well, that's dirty. I mean, so it's not a real cuckolding thing like you're participating in. She's basically kind of getting you to sign up for the fact that she's gonna cheat. And you should never do this stuff if it's gonna be painful, because sometimes what happens with couples, or myself even as a single guy, you start to feel numb. And when you feel numb, you feel nothing. So we want to feel something. And sometimes letting somebody fuck somebody else is a way to feel something, because that something is going to be hurt, or that longing, or that I'm losing this person. Sometimes we just want to feel something. And I think that's the wrong reason to do it. But it sounds to me like you guys are in a bit of trouble. If you catch her doing, she's already fucked her ex-boyfriend, and then you catch her doing this shit. That's bad.
Well, I mean, and I said, look, you know, because I kind of been monitoring emails, and I said, look, it's got to stop. And it has stopped. I even emailed him. I said, look, dude, no more of this bullshit. No. So, but now, I mean, I honestly think that she won't do that again, but it's still just an empty void I feel now.
Yeah, I don't blame you, dude.
And the problem, my relationship is, you know, I got, you know, an ED problem too. So, you know, a lot of times I do feel bad because, you know, she's 40 years old. She wants to have sex, and I'm like, I'm not interested.
That could be a problem, too, because they're hitting their peak, and you want to fucking doze off. Yeah, that could be a problem.
Yeah, so, I mean, yeah.
Well, I would suggest, again, if how long you married?
14 years now, actually.
I guess that's a while.
Yeah, since '99.
If you feel it's a problem, if you feel like she wants to fuck a lot more than you, and then that puts pressure on you because you're afraid if you don't, she's going to start emailing people and go fuck somebody else.
Exactly. Yes.
Well, eat her box.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at that. I can do that.
Oh, make sure you do it more.
I can do that.
All right, buddy. See you later. John in Texas loves anal with his girlfriend, but she shits every time.
Mr. Norton, it is a pleasure to talk with you, sir. But
thank you, John.
Yeah, every time and I don't have a problem with it.
Oh, okay.
She gets kind of embarrassed by it, but is it natural? I mean, this is the first girl that I've ever had that was wanting to do it as much as she does.
I've had it happen, but what you got to do is get her an enema and have her do an enema first.
Okay.
And that should clean her out. But yeah, I've had that happen a few times with girls where you're fucking, and all of a sudden the next thing you know, your fucking dick is wearing an Abe Lincoln hat. I would just have her. I would just have her take an enema first.
All right, I'll talk with her about it. Pleasure talking with you, sir.
All right, buddy, enjoy. Let's see. Mark in New Jersey, career advice. He's a performer. Hi, Mark.
Hey, what's going on, Jim?
How are you?
My problem basically relies on I'm sort of succeeding in my career, or I don't know, it's kind of a blurry line whether I'm succeeding or failing, but my personal life just seems to be completely fucked up, and if I'm not either in New York trying to promote myself as an artist, I'm just in my room thinking of killing myself. I'm not going to do it, but
what kind of performer?
I'm a rapper, actually.
Okay, so you're a rapper and you're getting some work?
Not some. I'm getting showcases and getting spots and open mics in the city.
Okay, but your personal life is not where you want it to be.
It's completely fucked up, just gone.
Well, that's the truth with a lot of performers. How old are you?
I'm 24, and that's what I was asking you, because you, in my eyes, made it as a performer, and you seem to have managed that. It's a lot of suffering and sacrifice, and I know I got, however many more years down the line. Sure.
And, I gave up everything. And this, I don't mean that dramatically. I mean, just, everything came second to performing. And, we all have personal lives that get fucked up. Mine still is sometimes. But just try to use it in your work. That's the only thing that gave me solace, was that I could take whatever was going wrong and I could use it in stand-up or in my, or I could talk about it now on the radio. If I have a disastrous personal experience, I can now come on the show and talk about it, or I can do a joke about it. So you can use it in your work because you're creative. Imagine fucking accountants. They can't use that in their life and in their work. They can't use their shitty, I jerked off again stories in their work, but we can use that stuff. So at least be grateful you're in a job where it's going to help you.
Yeah.
So I would just, what's that?
Mark Random 4. Google that.
Okay, buddy.
Had to get a plug in. Love you, Jim.
Thank you, man. Good luck with you.
All right.
Good luck with you. Good luck to you. Let's see. Joe in Texas, obsession problem with someone on social media. Hi, Joe.
Hi, Jim. I enjoy your comedy on O&A, and you're just a genius.
Oh, it's very nice. Thank you.
Yeah. I got this Twitter friend of mine, but she just got rid of her account, and I just been stalking her on Facebook, and then finally she just got rid of Facebook too, but she doesn't know I've been stalking her, and there's this girl that lives in England, and I've just been obsessed with her ever since. It's been a year now since I've actually talked to her. It's going to be in December, but we DM'd each other all the time, and I just had this just ridiculous Twitter crush on her, and kind of liked each other and stuff. But how do I go about actually going over there, because I actually know the town?
Let's see. He was doing a Bobo story, which is fine. That was that British girl. I didn't mind that he was doing a Bobo story. We're just pressed for time. So I didn't object to your story, sir, but I knew what you were doing. And there are people asking real questions here, which is, again, I'm fine with fucking around, but we started 20 minutes late. All right, let's see. Biff in New York, a disabled guy at work keeps calling you a racial slur. Okay.
Hey, Jimmy?
Yes, Biff.
Hey, all right, what's going on, man?
Hi, buddy.
All right, this guy's been working with us. He's been working at the company at the hospital I work at for 25 years.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and everybody thinks he's slow. He's a little, it's his excuse for everything. He gets away with everything.
Okay.
All right, so I was working late last weekend, last Friday. I kind of stayed over. And the guy starts, this Italian shit, he starts saying Moulignon, right? And I'm like, okay, all right, it's funny, ha ha ha.
You're black?
Yeah, I'm a black guy. But, towards you leaving, the guy's like, what's wrong with you niggas? Everything you do, you ruin. You do this, you do that, you move into the neighborhood, and he starts saying some shit about making pizza, how black kids at Domino's are ruining it for the Italians. And I want to kind of spread this around town or around the work, but I don't know if I should. It's like, is he really, if he's disabled, I want to leave it alone, but it's been bothering me.
Well, let me ask you, did you say anything to him about how you don't like it?
But he's a little slow, apparently. And he talks like that. He's just kind of really rough.
Well, maybe if you talk to him nicely, if you think that it's genuine and he's not trying to hurt you, he's just an ass, maybe if you talk to him, you will save his teeth from getting knocked out someday in a bar. Like, you work with him. You know he has a reputation of being a bit of a dumbbell, but some stranger in a bar is not going to know that. Some waiter in a restaurant, when he goes, why the blacks always cause, is not going to know that. So you may be helping him by telling him, like, look, man, I know you're probably not trying to be this way, but this is how it's coming off. And then if he continues to do it, well, fuck the fact that he's slow. You don't have to work in an environment where a guy's being a shithead to you, especially once you've talked to him and said, look, this is why, maybe you're right not to overreact right now because he's got something going on. So you're being cool about it. But I think that if you have the discussion with him, you're A, doing yourself a service, and you're B, possibly saving him an ass kicking.
I was thinking maybe I should call him something back. I don't really know any good Italian racial slurs.
Just call him Anthony Cumia. No Italian wants to be called that.
Oh,
I would talk. I would talk to him, dude. I would just talk to him.
All right. Well,
you actually might be helping him. You seem like you're a together guy. He's obviously not. You'd probably be helping him.
I mean, he said it in a really nasty way, though. The way it was such a stinging nigger. Like, it wasn't just nigger. It was these niggas. It's like he added that pen in his nose and he threw it in there. It was sick.
Well, talk to him again. See where he's coming from. Maybe he's not that slow. Maybe he has a fucking. He sounds slow and he uses that just to say whatever he wants. But get a vibe from him, talk to him, and see how he reacts.
It did sound like a pent up rant. Like, I don't know what triggered him off. Like, I couldn't believe it. I didn't tell anybody at work. Well,
again, talk to him and you'll get a much better read on him once you have a nice discussion with him. And he might actually listen to you, or if he continues, then you go to whoever is running the place because you don't have to put up with that shit. All right, buddy.
All right, Jim. Thanks a lot.
All right, my friend. Good luck. Let's see. Joe in Boston. No women today. All guys. Had a sexual triangle with an old flame and a new girl.
Yeah.
Do they both know about each other?
No, they don't. This one girl who's coming in from California, I haven't actually seen for like 2 years. But when we worked together, when she was here in Boston, we would have just crazy, awesome, just disgusting sex all the time. Yeah. And I know she wants to hook up when she comes back here. But this other girl that I've been dating, we've been out maybe, like 10 or 11 times, and I really like her.
Right.
We haven't had sex yet, but I have a good feeling about her. I feel like I might actually have some sort of a future with her.
Well, have you said you're going to be exclusive with each other, or are you not there yet?
No, we're not there yet.
Okay, so just don't mention it to her until, and right now you're in that fucking gray area where you're non-exclusive, so you can probably get away with it. Just don't tell her, and if it ever comes up, go, look, we weren't exclusive. I didn't know what you were doing. Just get it out of the way quick, bang this ex another time, and then fucking be done with her.
I would just still feel so guilty about it afterwards.
Oh, then don't do it. Then don't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've already fucked. You could also look at it like this. You've already fucked the other girl.
True.
Like, it was fun,
that's a good point.
But it could be awful this time and just wreck your memories. Just jerk off thinking about it.
All right. That's actually a good idea.
Yeah, if you're already saying, I'm going to feel guilty because I like this girl, then you've made your decision. This girl's more important to you than dumping a load with the other one. So the potential for a good fuck is great, but you actually think there's something with this girl. So don't blow it on the out-of-town pussy because you'll regret it.
All right, cool. Thanks a lot.
All right, man. Good luck. Let's see. Paul in Ohio seeking advice dealing with a drinking problem. Hi, Paul.
Hey, Jimmy.
Hello, buddy.
I'm a big fan of you, big fan of the show, but I feel like I'm a compulsive liar with a drinking and an eating problem, and it's really starting to affect my my wife that I've been with for a couple of years. Yeah, I just I drink a lot. I hide it from her. I hide eating from her and all garbage and junk food. And I know you've been working out and eating right. But
yeah, you're like,
know,
I know what you're saying. You're closet drinking, or you're doing. I definitely understand.
Right. I just want to know. I mean, I hadn't had a drink in about 4 days, and yesterday was a shit day at work. And I sat down, I had a glass of wine. I didn't go any further than that. But I had a huge fucking sundae from Dairy Queen.
Right.
And just to kind of like taper those emotions and the piss offness that I get.
Well, dude, let me say this. We're all liars when we're in the addiction. So that's not a shock. When you're drinking, we lie about that. We all lie about our addictions. We all downplay it while we're active to protect the addiction. Do you want to stop the drinking and stop the compulsive overeating?
I do.
Okay, so what steps have you taken?
Calling you.
Okay. I would say that's one step, but a better action would be to, again, go to, go online, find a 12-step group you like for either program and give it a shot. I would suggest the alcohol first. The food is bad, but you're not going to drive into a pole driving home from a restaurant. I would suggest beginning to address the alcohol first and foremost.
Right. I tried to talk to my wife about it, and, she just thinks that I'm being selfish.
She's right in a way. She's right in a way, but what she says doesn't mean a fucking thing because she's not a sober male. You want to try to talk to a guy who's in recovery who can go to a meeting with you and talk to you. She's not going to be able to help you there. This is one you have to do with the help. She can support you, but you have to go. I would suggest a 12-step group.
Okay. Right on.
That's the step. Okay, buddy?
Thank you.
Good luck, man. Let's see here. Ben in North Carolina. Difference between sex addiction and drug addiction.
Yes, sir, Jim. I kind of wanted to get your opinion on this. I'm an opiate addict, and I'm also, I love sex. I mean, I think about it, want it nonstop. But I hear this argument all the time. I mean, I'm having a hard time understanding, when I don't have pills or, just what have you, I mean, I get sick and want to beat my head against the wall. And then I hear people say they're sex addicts. And I'm trying to understand that. I mean, what's your opinion on it? Because I just don't see it as an addiction, but I'm trying to understand.
It's the same. It's the same thing. It's just different substances. Like there's physical withdrawals and stuff from alcohol, and from all this stuff. But the difference is also like, okay, you don't get physically sick and vomit when you're not acting out sexually, but
I'm trying to understand that. I mean,
well, it's the same thing. It's the same result you're getting. It's this dopamine drip in your brain. The reasons for doing it are the same. It zones us out. It takes us out of the present. It's an escape. It's just it's a numbing, avoid the present behavior. And it's not like, it's not how much you drank or how much drugs you did. It's what it did to you. So if it makes your life unmanageable, if both of those things make your life unmanageable, and you're doing them for the wrong reasons, then maybe you can see the tie-in. I mean, I don't know what your sexual behavior's like. Oh, is he gone? A lot of people have trouble seeing sex as an addiction because it's a natural instinct. But nobody has a problem seeing food as an addiction. Like, some people go, I just quit eating, but, which, that is the basics of it. But when you're compulsively overeating, people know that there's something wrong with you. People know that you got some kind of a fucking problem. Same thing with sex. Sex and food are harder than drugs. So if you're not too sure, if drugs and sex are the same thing, say yes, they are, but food and sex are harder to recover from because you cannot be abstinent. Drugs, as much as you might puke, get off of drugs. They get out of your system. You go to meetings. You don't have to do them anymore. It's out. But, try fucking going out to a restaurant while you're trying to eat healthy. And you have, a steak with no butter and some steamed vegetables, and the chick you're with has a fucking banana cream pie, and it's like much harder. Oh, just have a bite. It's much harder to eat healthy. So whatever, but I don't mean to babble. But they are the same thing, just different substances. Oh my God, one more call quick. Oh, no time? Fuck. Jim in Long Island with the obsession for incest porn that you can't shake. Try to call back next week, okay? Because I will talk to you about that. We just started late and we have to end. Friday, Saturday, October 25, 26, I'm at the Comedy Club in Rochester. There's only 4 shows because I'm taping a TV show the day before. And Friday, November 1st, I'm with Dice at The Beacon, Ticketmaster.com. And, of course, the Comedy Cabaret is sold out. Thanks a lot, everybody.
Jim Norton is now done dealing with your bullshit. He'll be back next Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific. But you can listen to episodes of The Jim Norton Show whenever you want. Go to SiriusXM.com/on-demand for details.